what would they? Yeah, what would the NFT give them access to?
And it's more a fancy QR code is probably the best way. I mean, it's gimmicky. I love a gimmick, but it's gimmicky. Let's talk a little bit about NFTs because, right, first of all, my wife hates NFTs because she thinks they're the stupidest thing ever.
Oh, no.
She's like, I like my token. I like to be able to. I like my tokens fungible.
Oh, how would I describe what an NFT is?
Yeah, I mean, how would I convince my wife that they're actually pretty decent and they're quite fun? There's a certain element of fun to them, and there's but things like when you hear.
I've seen it from outside. This is a good. It's artwork. It's an artist, right? It's an artist, and it's worth like a piece of painting would be worth. That's the way I look at it, like a painting in the Louvre or something like that. But it's just a painting on the blockchain, and the artist actually owns the painting.
That's a great way of doing it.
Exactly. I thought you said you were a novice.
I am.
No way.
As an outsider, let me give you the perfect definition.
I watch a lot of podcasts, right? Yeah, I watch a lot of podcasts. So
you do a lot of educating.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It's like owning the original Mona Lisa as opposed to a poster. That's
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, scarcity creates value, and the thing that gives the aspect or the element that gives NFTs value is rarity.
Yeah.
You know, the more rare it is, the more valuable it is. And in terms of breaking that down to your wife, you know, I guess you can say that a non-fungible token is a way of storing value or a way of capturing value in a way that is simple, efficient, and safe. I don't know whether or not I'm making sense.
If I know the baby's nap schedule, otherwise I'll get her on here now, and she'll be like, I still think that's stupid.
But I think, you know, when he talked about artwork, NFTs can be artwork, it can be music, it can be anything that is of value to whoever you're exchanging the NFT with. I feel it's a means of exchange of high value.
The one problem I've seen with NFTs now, and that's something I would invest in because I do understand it a bit more, but I feel like it's lost. It's hard for an everyday person to invest in NFTs, and it's going to be profitable now because you had the cyberpunks, you've got
your bored apes
and stuff like that. So I feel like the problem is we need to. I would say it needs to be. Easier profitable because you got the big stars like say Logan Paul just going buy 4 bored apes.
See, this is where for the best will in the world, things like Coinbase, I appreciate they're having problems at the moment, have actually made crypto really easy for the masses.
And I'll say Swissborg as well.
Yeah, anything like that, it makes it a lot. And in the fintech space, one of the things I'm actually quite excited by, big shout out to Inez McLeod from Cybos, because I don't know whether he'd actually managed to get it across the line, but he was talking about potentially having the tickets to Cybos, the big Swift event, as an NFT.
Okay.
Which that's so forward thinking, and if he doesn't do it, I mean, for the FF Awards this year, I'm going to be doing that as an NFT because it's such a good idea. Yeah.
Sure. I was going to ask, what would be the utility? What would a potential participant or attendee get for the NFT? And what would the NFT give them access to?
And it's more a fancy QR code is probably the best way. I mean, it's gimmicky. I love a gimmick, but it's gimmicky, but it's also.
What I quite liked with some of the NFTs that are happening, like Gary Vee, he has obviously V Friends now, doesn't he?
Yes,
So now
right.
he's putting on events for his NFT holders. I think that's a really cool idea because you've got value out of it.
And the community building around it.
Yeah, that's quite cool. It's almost like a public blockchain. Do you get what I mean? It's like they're building that kind of.
Yeah, that's a good.
Quite cool. I think that's quite a cool way of looking at it. And I know a few other people. I don't know if you know the Nelk Boys.
The who?
Like Nelk Boys, they're massive in the crypto. They invest a lot in crypto, and they're like YouTubers basically. But you find all these YouTubers are massively in the cryptocurrency range and stuff like that, which is quite. But they push it. So and they have their community now. If you've got one of their NFTs, you can just come chill with them. and stuff like that. It's quite cool, kind of bringing people together as well as being something that's not social.
And to that point, I was going to say that the most successful NFTs are the ones with the most sound cases for utility.
Yeah.
You know, not just, you know, I know you said gimmicky, but you know, it's that there's a genuine purpose to the NFT being created that gives you access that you wouldn't be able to have with an ordinary ticket or an ordinary, you know, Web 2.0 device. Or
one thing I still want to and you didn't sideswipe the question, but we didn't kind of sort of deal it. I want to know that there's this kind of decentralized element to all things on the blockchain. That I can hear the passion in your voice coming through with that. Where does that come from? Is that like a little rebellious streak, or is that a kind of almost borderline anarchist that's bubbling away?
I like to be very, how can I put it? I like to be not contrarian. But for me, my passion for decentralization comes from just giving power back to the people.
Yeah.
You know, I think that, you know,
and you like that.
And trustless systems. You know, we should be able to trust each other, or there should be, you know, more efficient ways of distributing trust without having to go through a central authority. And I feel
I
like
agree with that. It's powerful, actually. It's almost like a rebellion. It is like an old style French kind of resistance, you know, against the big banks. It's nice. It's nice to see.
Because I feel that, you know, a lot of people have relied on governments and people in power for too long, that now power should be shifted back to them to take control of their own lives. And I think that it's just that whole idea of being able to instantly transfer money to someone without an intermediary, without any middlemen, without any, you know, any hassle or any aggro. As I said, you know, when it came to transferring money to my mum's bank account, it took 3 days, but when it came to transferring the winnings from the hackathon, it was instant. It was like, I just sat down with my parents and I said, look, listen, no disrespect, but thank you, financial services. Look at what's happening here. Blockchain is the next big thing. Please pay attention to it. And now we're here.